Welcome back to Analog Horror Saturdays.
How are you vital idols doing?
How are you vital idols doing? We gotta come up with a better name for it. But that being said, we got going, dudes. We got good ones. I'm not familiar with the Greylock Tapes beyond they exist. Yeah, Echo should be taken care of now. There was an echo for a moment. But yeah, no, I'm not familiar with the Greylock Tapes beyond they exist. And our boy Gokerman, shout out, big support of the channel, recommended this last week after we finished Vita Carnus, or Vita Carnus Season 1. So we're just gonna get right into it. You know how we do it. You know, Saturdays are the day where we decide. We've already had SNH, we've had a lot of pop culture news, so it's time to break out something horrifying. Good way to just kick off the spooky season. Though this is not just gonna be limited to spooky season. Before that, no meat steaks. So no meat snakes. We will pick up on Vita Carnus when Season 2 is finished. Season 2 is ongoing right now. When Season 2 finishes, we'll pick it back up. We'll do these season by season. And the way I see it, this right here, the Greylock Tapes, has 12 episodes in Season 1. Should make it pretty easy. 6 episodes today, 6 episodes next week, and we'll also take care of Greylock Tapes. Before any of that, let's see who all in the chat. Let's see who all is in the chat. First of all, let's pull up the chat. There it is. There it is. Alright. We got a boy, Isaac. Mount Greylock. Is Mount Greylock about an hour and a half away from me? Nice. I did not know Mount Greylock was a real place. I'll be right. I did not know Mount Greylock was a real place. Jacob Gulf City Navo is in the house. Philip Morgan is here. Serrano's another analog horror connoisseur. Says the Greylock is awesome. Cool. I'm stoked. Like I said, I'm not familiar with Greylock. This is new to me. Janice Landers, hurting a lot. I'm here. Love your YouTube. Well, thank you so much. That is absolutely, truly appreciated. The GOAT. And then our boy, Jake Martin. I'm living for these analog horror nights. No one else in the Cabal space is doing this as far as I know. You're performing a community service. Homie, thank you so much. That actually does mean a lot to me. Like, before we get into it, I'm going to be real. This is going to be a quick aside. I love the culture war stuff, and I know that all of us do. We love pop culture. We love our nerdy hobbies. We love anime, we love Magic the Gathering, we love DC and Marvel and video games. And while I think all that's incredibly important, and while I will never stop talking about it so long as there's stuff to talk about, I also think it's important to give a break. You know, like, people get so obsessed, and rightfully so, because our culture is being taken from us. But people get so obsessed with all the negativity going around pop culture. I think that sometimes we all need a break. Like, not just you guys, not just me, everyone. So when it comes to shows like this and Tinfoil Haters, it's my way of saying, hey, we've all got other interests. Let's, even if it's for only an hour and a half, stop worrying about the culture war and just get down on something that we can all have some fun with. Philip Morgan's in the house. Saint Hugo is here. What is up? So, again, by the way, thank you so much, Jake. Truly appreciate it. We don't normally do clips on this show because I don't like to take away from the horror. However, since the show hasn't truly started yet, and I got one clip that'll work, this is for you. Bingo, bango, bongo, there it is. Thank you so much, Jake Martin. Philip Morgan's in the house. Saint Hugo is here. What is up? We got Dex and our best mod in the whole damn land. Tiger King Rex Carter. Go Caramon is here. Glad to see you since this was your recommendation. Zalozy. Mad Hatter is here. Candice Dingus. Obi Dean. Scotty G. Tony Down Under. Is in the house. Let's see. Is there anybody? Oh, Mighty Tiberius O'Donnell showing up with the 7 Dragon Balls and then the Goku gifty emoji. Shout out. Stony Kenobi is here. And Jay Viper, what is up? Alright, crew. I think it's time. I think it's time that we go ahead and get in to these Greylock Tapes. Let's do it. Number 1, numero uno, tape nut 1, back online, Greylock. The only thing I know about this is that it takes place, there's some tapes, and it takes place some place called Mount Greylock, which I didn't even know was real. Isaac made it sound like it was real. So, let's figure out what we can learn.
Primary systems online. Meeting sequence complete.
All right, so out the gate, I did not know we were gonna get some sci-fi in this. Because when I make these thumbnails, I don't know if they're actually accurate. What I do is I ask ChatGPT, is like, are you familiar with this analog horror? And they'll say, yes, here's the description. I won't read the description. I'll say, great. Make me an image that relates to that. And that's the only thing I'll do, so I'm not spoiled. So I was not expecting any sort of sci-fi.
Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged. System is offline for time code error 106. Contact technician for assistance. Welcome to Simuldyne USA Enhanced Access Operations. Please enter your clearance credentials. Please enter your welcome to Simuldyne USA Enhanced Access.
Alright, there's some sort of monster making noise. Like we're seeing all this damage, all this ruinification of what's happening in what seems to be some sort of office. But if you listen, besides the speaker, the computer voice. Oh shit, the audio is up. Yeah, you're right. The audio is up way too loud. My bad. Thank you. I've got that fixed. Alright, so I'll roll it back again. Notice you hear some sort of creature making a sound. Also, yeah, let me know if the audio is fixed now. I've got that taken care of.
Operation. Welcome to Simuldyne USA Enhanced Access Operations. Please enter your clearance credentials. Error. These credentials.
Is that still too loud, you think? Alright, fair enough. I'll turn it down. You gotta have the mood audio, right? But alright, we'll keep going with it. I'll adjust the audio as need be.
Credentials are not recognized. Clearance credential requirement overridden. Administrator privileges granted. Welcome back, unknown user ID. What would you like to do?
Hold on. Welcome back who?
User ID. What would you like to do?
Okay, user ID.
Accessing archival storage form, GBA.
Wait, did it say Al-Qaeda storage form?
Accessing archival storage form, GBA.
Okay, so it sadly said Al-Qaeda, but I'm not sure. Alright, this fatal... Alright, let's see. Local... I said, okay, offline. Yeah, I'm having trouble. So it looks like it says technical something. Can't act. Oh, is it location morgue? Is that what it was? Okay, yeah, location morgue. Cool. Location morgue offline. Yep, thank you. Archive storage forum. I see that in the chat. Yeah. Is okay. Contact on-site technician immediately is what this one says. Fatal error. All right, so yeah, offline. Contact on-site technician immediately. Fatal error.
Data.
Was there anything else we missed before that? Let's just go back a little bit. Nope, I'd say that was it. All right.
Data extraction initiated.
You hear the monsters again, though, right? Y'all hear the monsters again.
Data extraction 10% complete. Data extraction 4% complete.
Hold on. Was there anything?
Data extraction 4.
Alright, is there any hidden stuff in this? After going through Vita Carnis, I assume there's always gonna be hidden shit like this. Alright, this might just be static images. There might not be any hidden messages. No, it does not look, going frame by frame, if there's any hidden images or PNGs or anything.
Complete. Data extraction 80% complete. Data extraction complete. All data extracted to error.
No, whoa, no, we ain't ready for tape 2 yet. We ain't ready for tape 2. There's some shit at the end there.
Extracted to.
Alright, hold on. What was that at the end?
No.
Bitch! No, what are you doing? It's only there for a brief moment. Alright. There was a logo of sorts. We all saw it. All right, so right there. What is that? Oh, I can't make out what it says, even going frame by frame. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, wait, there it is. No! Bitch, right at the tail, the final frame of the video is when you can see it. So we're literally going to have to stop on the final frame. All right. Simlodyne, Simiodyne? Slimlodyne? I imagine it's an I. Yeah, Simiodyne USA. Okay. So that's the corporation. That's the corporation. Whatever's going down here, whatever some sort of otherworldly experience or whatever is done by Simiodyne USA or Simiodyne USA. All right. So that tape was called Back Online. So whatever this is seems to be, there was no humans. I didn't even see any bodies. We're gonna speculate a bit. We're gonna speculate. I didn't see any bodies. Didn't even look like blood or gore. Like, the place looked abandoned and it looked roughed up. But I didn't see any blood or gore. So I'm assuming everything here, like, they ran away. They did some shit they ought not have done. But everyone must have made it out. And now you've got an AI bringing stuff back online to finish the work that needs done. So this is number 2. To the Mountain. This one's called To the Mountain. This one's a bit longer.
Evil, it is evil that they will find. Mark my words, there is no good that can come from the pursuit of darkness. Let me read to you, dear believer.
All right, so whoever's driving this car, I would imagine they're a Christian because we're listening to one of those Jesus stations. I don't know if y'all ever heard those on either the FM or the AM or whatnot, but you got those Jesus stations that always have the preacher or whatnot giving sermons. So whoever this is, I mean, they're either a believer or they're looking for some protection or something.
The words of the late brilliant Charles Spurgeon, who discussed this at length in a sermon all the way back in 1864. He said, quote, "Our adversary, the devil, goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he..."
All right, so usually when stuff like this happens, like dialogue in these, whether it be audio from that's pre-recorded or someone talking, there's usually always got to be some sort of a hint factor. So he says, our enemies are devils. That makes me think one of two things. I mean, they're either literally talking about, giving foreshadowing about devils, some sort of demonic or monstrous creatures, or they could actually be talking about humans and technology and the corporation. Like, the corporation's evil, straight up Umbrella style. So I don't know which it is, but I can imagine it goes one of two ways. Either the devils are going to be literal, that's what they brought into this world, or the devil of man's advancement, playing God. What did you hear? What did you hear that he said? Here, I'll roll it back.
Adversary, the devil, goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. We are taught by our Lord Jesus to pray. Do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us.
Yo, what's going on here? So we got some sort of car accident.
What we are taught to seek or shun in prayer, we should equally pursue.
No, it's not a car accident. Is the tree on fire, or is that just a street sign? Why would there just be one, not a street sign, street light? Why would there be one street light? All right. And it looked like there was some flames off to the side over here. Maybe that's a building or other cars.
What we are taught to seek or shun in prayer, we should equally pursue or avoid in action. Very warily, therefore, should we endeavor to avoid temptation, seeking to walk in the path of obedience, so that we may never be guilty of tempting the devil to tempt us.
All right, so it looks like he's driving into a town. You said you thought that was a gas station. Overall, this is one of my favorite analog horror videos. Okay, interesting. So it looks like he's driving further into a town then. We're seeing more streetlights. There's a house on the right. You said that looked like a gas station on the left, maybe?
Are not to enter the thicket in search of the lion. We may pay dear.
All right, that's a pretty abrupt cut. Yo, what's up with all this then? Some sort of fleshy material, blood. Is this under a microscope, or is this just, I mean, this looks like it might be under a microscope. Hold on. They made a point to zoom in on something. Let's see what that was. Looks like an owl to me. Maybe I'm tripping, but to me this looks like an owl. I mean, maybe it's some sort of creature or embedded thing, or maybe it's nothing. Maybe I'm just jumping, but yeah, it's just, yeah, Snowden Kenobi said, yeah, snowy owl. All right. All right, hold on. This is gonna be hard to make out. I think I made out maybe something like he came across an animal. I'm gonna run this back and let's do it one more time. It sounds like I showed up to the eagle's side, but I don't think that's correct. Showed up to the eagle's side. I don't think that's correct. Yeah, okay, he definitely says I came across. Alright, what did you come across? I believe the audio is a continuation of the preaching. Oh, okay. The biblical, Kayla, the biblical name. Interesting. So it's not our cameraman talking. All right. I assume they distorted his audio for confidential purposes. I think I heard the word minions. I think I heard the word minions. I'm wondering, is something happening to the camera that's distorting our view, in real time? Because is this edited in post, or is this dude's camera being fucked up by whatever presence is in the woods? He came across what was thought to be the native animal. Interesting. Hold on. I don't know if it's a continuation of the preaching, because I could swear they said Mount Greylock. He just said human skull or spine. Okay. Ritual known as, for some reason giving me Siren Head vibes. So yeah, I don't think that this is a continuation of the sermon. At least not at this point. Maybe what we were hearing earlier was, but at this point I don't think it's a continuation of the sermon. I think he said the shield. I heard remain anonymous. And then I can swear he said something about the shield. Distorted audio of someone describing the tape. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, sealed. Interesting. Okay, it could be sealed and not shield. Okay. This is the Greylock Tapes, Matt. What is this?
When we will come face to face with the devil himself, whether we intended to or not, dear believer. We are drawn to him by our own hearts. In Matthew chapter 15, verse 19, it says, "For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander." There is a shadow nested deep, deep within our hearts, within our minds, in a place most people don't even know exists within themselves.
What is this right here? Maybe it's nothing, but it just seems like an oddly out of place. Oh, and maybe it's worth. Okay, maybe there's a bend in the road, and that's just the tree line bending with it. It could just be the tree line. I was looking at 8 the shrooms an hour ago and a half ago. Shit's kicking in. I don't know if I can get through this. Oh, dude, you in for a trip.
The devil is gonna call to those depths, dear believer. And though you may tremble before the beast, you should make it easier on yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
Whoa, what was all right, hold on. Because I think I saw. Alright. Is this thing moving when he turns the brights on and off? Let's check it one more time.
In a place most people don't even know exists within themselves.
I can't tell if it's the distortion or
The
something
devil
moving.
is gonna call to those depths, dear believer. And though you may tremble before the beast, you should make it easier on yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
Alright, so whatever it is didn't get him. Whatever it is didn't get him. He's speeding the fuck off. He's like, yeah, he's noping out. Alright? Alright, yeah, okay, so he's going back. Because, I mean, this looks like that what I thought was a tree. Whoever said gas station is probably correct. So, maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like he's going back the opposite direction. Like, nah, fuck this. I'm gone. I'm out. I think this was that previous, what I thought was a tree on fire before. You guys said it was a gas station. It's on the opposite side of the road, so assuming he's turned around. Alright, well, that's the end of that one. That one didn't give us a lot. I mean, it gave us a lot of questions. No answers. This is notably different than when we did Vita Carnis, because Vita Carnis, you could start putting stuff together almost immediately, because it was done in that very, like, nature documentary style. This is, like, a collection of things that we've only seen 2 so far, but doesn't seem to correlate whatsoever right now. Alright, this video cassette is intended for the sole use of Alexander Michael Marsh, who is a subject of some sort. Maybe a subject at that lab we saw in tape 1. Alright, so we gotta remember Alexander.
Greetings, and welcome to the
Alright, reconditional protocols and orientation video system, tape TF1. So this tape is only for this one dude, but alright?
Conditional Protocols and Orientation Video System provided by Unit 13 as part of the United States Army and Project Stargate, created in partnership with
Project Stargate? Bro, that was a real thing. Project Stargate was a real fucking thing. It's something we want to do an episode of Tinfoil Haters on, by the way. Interesting.
Symbiodyne USA. On behalf of all of us here at Unit 13, congratulations on your selection as one of our testing candidates. You likely have a lot of questions, and this video is designed to answer them all. First, let's go over some background information to provide you with the crucial context you'll need for a full understanding of what it is we're doing at Unit 13. We are sure you've heard plenty of rumors surrounding.
That's correct, Candace Dingus. Yep, Project Stargate was the remote viewing, remote viewing program. The U.S. government sunk, if I recall, it's been a while since I've studied up on it, but if I recall, the U.S. Military sunk millions of dollars into it. All of the files have been released, more or less unredacted, with the exception of a missing 2 pages. I 100% believe in remote viewing and that Project Stargate was a success.
What it is that we do, but we are willing to bet that most everything you've heard is wrong. Being a highly confidential part of Project Stargate, which you've already been briefed on, Unit 13 studies a revolutionary and promising area of parapsychology, thought forms. If you're unfamiliar...
Yes, Tinfoil Haters is the woo-woo debunk show, except for... I wouldn't call it a debunk show. Our goal is to debunk things, yes, but our goal is to debunk as much as we can so that when it comes to the stuff that we can't debunk, maybe, it gives more of an air of it being true.
Familiar with what thought forms are, that's okay. You're in the majority. So, what are thought forms? Through the ages, occultists and spiritualists, Tibetan monks to theosophists, have exercised the creation of what is sometimes referred to as a tulpa.
The moment he said Tibetan monks, I knew he was going to bring up a tulpa. Bro, if this shit's about... We got remote viewing, we got Project Stargate, we got tulpas. By the way, we've done a full episode of tulpas on Tinfoil Haters. Check that out. The tulpas are crazy mythological creatures. I do not believe they are real, though. I don't. Even though I believe in remote viewing, I believe in Project Stargate, I don't believe tulpas are real.
Otherwise known as a thought form. A thought form is the manifestation of a person's will, emotion, or other deeply psychologically energized state into a semi-physical form, existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity. Thought forms are also able to be witnessed and experienced by third parties, and are not...
And this is why I don't believe in tulpas. Is exactly what he is explaining. You are effectively creating matter from thought. Like, your thought is so powerful, you are creating sentient life. It doesn't even have to be, like, it's more than a golem. It is real. It takes on its own thoughts, its emotions. It has physical mass and presence. And as of our current physics, obviously we know the law that, the law of conservation of matter. So I do not believe in tulpas.
Limited solely to the person who developed them. Thought forms have been formed to serve as familiars, companions, or even friends to those who conjure them. According to key literature, thought forms can be intentionally formed by a single person or multiple people, though they can be unintentionally formed as well. But they are always manifested through the deep will and focus of a person in a considerably heightened state of connectivity with their own consciousness. Traditional thought forms can vary widely in their level of influence in the real world. While they usually take physical formations eventually, their earliest stages are more apparitional in nature, with brief manifestations, though most often remaining as an unseen essence, much like a phantom or a ghost. At this phase, thought forms and ghosts are very similar in a number of ways. Individuals can make contact with them through communication devices, such as a Ouija board or
turn it up. Well, earlier everyone was saying that it was too loud, and they said that we finally hit the sweet spot on this level. So, I mean, let me know if you guys want me to turn it up. Maybe this video is quieter to you guys. Let me know. But, yeah, as of the chat's recommendation prior to this, this is the correct volume. The audio's okay? It's good. It's good. All right, cool.
EVP sessions, while the thought form may respond through moving objects, manipulating electronics, or even speaking words and short phrases. Due to their striking similarities, a current theory established by Unit 13 suggests that what we know as ghosts may not be as common as we once believed. Rather than a deceased person's energy being left behind after death, it's possible, and indeed likely, that these paranormal entities are actually thought forms that are unintentionally created by those individuals that the deceased has left behind.
So this is an interesting concept. I don't remember if we talked about this on the Tinfoil Haters episode or not, but like, yeah. Tulpas, the tulpas are not ghosts. Again, they'll start off, and I know we did cover, like, the stages of tulpas. You know, some of them will be purely invisible, but they'll be able to interact in limited capacity with the physical world. And the more you believe, you know, they start taking physical form until eventually they are a full corporeal being. So what this is saying is that ghosts, the idea of a lingering soul in the real world, that's not a thing. Or at least it's a thing in limited capacity. What most people think are ghosts are more likely accidentally created tulpas. So now, if we think about this and think about what happened in tape 1, assuming there's a correlation, maybe it was some sort of government study to create tulpas. You've got all these research labs. I think it showed like classrooms and whatnot. So you probably got a bunch of test subjects that are all supposed to be meditating together or something to create these tulpas. Something's gone wrong? Not sure.
Who spend inordinate amounts of time in deeply emotional states, where their mental capacity is largely occupied by a powerful focus on the departed individual. In other words, as these are the ideal conditions from which thought forms are born, people may very well create their own ghosts and hauntings. However...
And so the more energy put into creating a tulpa, the stronger it'll be. First of all, the more likely it'll even come to fruition. But then the stronger it'll be, the more physical it'll be. So let's say let's say you got a relative. Let's say your dad. Let's say you got a family of 5. Mom, dad, 3 kids. Dad dies. If mom is grieving, she's projecting. All right, maybe that they'll create a thought form, create a tulpa. But add more people. Now you also got 3 kids. Now you got 4 people all projecting the same mental imagery, the same mental grief and whatnot. It's all focused on the same being. It's gonna make it more likely for the being to occur. I'm wondering if this is the route they're going with it.
As more time and energy is invested into the development of the thought form, they begin to harness more influence on their environment, until eventually exhibiting a semi-permanent physical appearance, and, in due course, becoming as tangible as a living creature. This is where Unit 13's interest comes in. We've sought to answer a very important question. Can thought forms be created in a manner that would benefit American society and help?
I would not I would not doubt for a moment this shit like this has been tried. Like, we've covered on Tinfoil Haters. The CIA has actual protocols for using psychic detectives. It is a real thing. They're easy to find unredacted documents. We covered them. Again, Project Stargate was a real thing. While I don't doubt for a moment that we probably did some sort of study like this as well to see if we could create tulpas to use as weapons or information gathering tools or something like that. Does that mean that what we think of reality is a supermassive tulpa reality? Well, that's actually closer to what's called the Boltzmann brain theory, Canis Dingus. But there are theories that are similar to what you're saying here. Yes, DARPA have definitely tried making tulpas. I would 100% believe that DARPA has tried making tulpas.
Keep American citizens safe. Unfortunately, the practice of intentionally creating a thought form by traditional methods would undoubtedly take years and years of devout mental training. So, Project Stargate has it.
So, he's talking about the years and years of mental training. That is, if you believe in tulpas, technically true. And that's why it's a thing that Tibetan monks can do, because they are born and raised their whole lives in the monastery doing nothing but mental and physical discipline training. So that's why it's so, like, compare the mental and physical discipline to a Tibetan monk to your average American, they are so leaps and bounds above and beyond us that, like, yes, it makes sense they would be able to create a tulpa.
Enlisted a world-renowned authority in thought forms, a man named Dr. Bernard Hayes, to oversee a number of the operations related to Unit 13's work. His participation has been invaluable and has brought fruitful results to the project. Due to Unit 13 and Semiodyne USA's combined efforts, bringing together some of the most prestigious minds in the world, specializing in the sciences of the human consciousness, with cutting-edge technology and engineering methods.
So Semiodyne, maybe it's not an AI company. I assumed it was because in that first video, we had the AI bringing the systems back online and seemingly resuming the research that was presumably abandoned based on those tapes. Maybe it's not an AI company, or maybe that's only one component to it, because here they make it seem like it's a technology company meant to aid in expanding the human mind.
We've created a groundbreaking, proprietary invention. Introducing the Thoughtform Manifester. The Thoughtform Manifester is able to create truly independent and self-sustaining thoughtform entities from the minds of select, willing participants.
So they built a machine to basically give your thoughts physical manifestation. Like, that is wild. I'm digging the sci-fi element of this. There's definitely more of a sci-fi element to this than we had in Vita Carnis. That's a really cool concept.
Being that they come from the deepest recesses of the human mind, thought forms can appear in virtually any configuration. They could look like a person, an object, an animal, or even something as abstract as the physical representation of an emotion. That being said, it's recommended to brace yourself before touring the Thoughtform Chambers, as thought forms can also take on appearances
the what?
before touring the Thoughtform Chambers.
What the fuck are the Thoughtform Chambers? Like, are we talking like a... Is this a physical place where they house these created thought forms to study? Like, they built a whole-ass facility, Area 51 style, to contain and test thought forms? Or is the thought form chambers something more abstract? Is it like another realm where thought forms dwell? I don't know.
As thought forms can also take on appearances that could be considered disturbing, like a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare. There's no reason to be afraid, however. All thought forms are docile by nature, and while they may look or behave in a frightening manner, and though they are capable of making physical contact...
What's going on with all this static? We're going back.
No reason to be afraid, however. All thought forms are docile by nature.
Is there anything in the... Alright, there's nothing to see when the glitch happens. However, when he states they're docile by nature and it glitches, I mean, I'd be willing to hazard a guess that's the foreshadowing that this is wrong. This is not correct. They are not docile by nature.
Nature, and while they may look or behave in a frightening manner, and though they are capable of making physical contact, they pose no threat to humans. Once your session in the Thoughtform Manifester is completed, your thought form will be securely transported directly into a containment chamber.
Okay, so yeah, this is a human manufactured facility meant to contain and I assume study the thought forms that are created after using that chair. Yo.
Thought forms are unable to pass through the barrier of
Wait, hold on.
Unable to pass through the barrier of will not be.
Well, I don't believe that for a moment. So the tapes we saw earlier are from the facility where they had these tulpas contained, and clearly the tulpas were able to break the fuck out. Like that's where I'm getting the Greylock. So Greylock is the facility where they house the tulpas. Tulpas got out. Again, we didn't see any blood or bodies or gore. So everyone evacuated, or maybe the humans are contained where the tulpas once were. There's a lot to take in here.
Capable of causing you any issues. There are some very rare potential side effects that may result from your session. These side effects include increased tiredness, loss of balance, dizziness, insomnia, vomiting, episodes of temporary amnesia, and mild hallucinations.
That's a lot of side effects. That's a lot of side effects. This is definitely some sponsored by Pfizer shit.
These side effects, if present, will clear up within 72 hours of your session and are simply signs of your brain recalibrating to the real world. It is recommended you refrain from driving or operating heavy machinery for 72 hours after your session, even if you experience no side effects. None of these side effects should cause you any harm or overt stress, and former
None of these side effects should cause you harm or overt stress. Bro, one of the side effects is hallucinations. Hallucinations could definitely cause harm. I don't know if you guys have ever had a hallucination, right? Like a real legit hallucination. I had a fever so high one time that I was hallucinating. I needed to be transported to the hospital because my fever was so high, I was hallucinating. This is going to sound retarded, but it was terrifying in the moment. So I had seen Captain America, the Winter Soldier that day. And driving back from the theater, I started feeling really bad. Like so bad to the point where I need to pull off, have my ex-wife take over driving while I just rested in the passenger seat. And I got home and just laid on the bed and I passed out. And next thing I know, I'm drenched, I'm sweating, my fever is spiking, it's spiking bad. And it got to the point where I started, and I was awake, and I was hallucinating Samuel L. Jackson from that Captain America movie I had just seen, lighting me on fire in my bed, and I was looking at myself, and I was burning. I was on fire. Like it was, obviously I really physically wasn't, but what my eyes were seeing was my own body burning while he just stood there right outside the closet, continuing to light me up. And it was all 100% real in my mind. It was all 100% real until I passed out from the pain. And after I passed out, my ex-wife fucking put me in, like dragged me out of the apartment, into the car, drove me to the hospital. I have no memory of any of this. And I woke up in the middle of a spinal tap being performed on me. It turns out they said their best guess, I was in the hospital for 3 days. They said their best guess for what it was that I had sepsis, but they said they couldn't actually confirm it.
Testing candidates who have experienced these side effects reported that they were very mild and merely a transient inconvenience. With all of that out of the way, we are looking forward to your participation.
No, there were no drugs involved. There was literally no drugs, no alcohol, nothing. I wasn't even old enough to drink at the time. I think I was 20 years old when this happened. Yeah, no drugs or drinking involved in any of that. Only drug I had was movie theater popcorn.
Unit 13, and your time in the thought form manifester has been scheduled. However, there are several required mind exercises as a part of this video system that must be completed prior to your scheduled date in order to prime your consciousness and ensure the highest quality results. Please enter the video cassette labeled TF2, Waking Your Subconscious. Now, this is the end of this tape.
I'm confused as to why that tape was, only for that guy. It said at the beginning of this that this tape is used only for Andrew. But if this is a program they've got going on with multiple people, why would they do a special individualized tape? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We'll see. All right, tape number 4. Unexpected visitors. All right, what we got here? All right, so there was a dude in the window. There's a dude in this window here for sure. Dude, the audio design on this is fantastic. So far, seems like a regular home. Is that, and that window's busted out? Okay. Where's this going? Yeah, the Blair Witch game was good. I agree, chat. Way better than the movie. I hate that fucking movie. So is he looking for a way in? It says camera down. I mean, clearly noticed something. Okay, yeah. He took the screen off the window, so he's breaking in. We saw, man, so you're not gonna knock? Like, what is this? Well, no, so Serrano's, why would you announce that you're breaking in? Well, I say he's not going to knock. What I mean is that if there, I assume there's someone in the house, you know, because we saw, you know, at the beginning, there's that dude through the window. So clearly someone's there. You're already shining lights in their windows and stuff. I mean, you're already being loud. Hear this footsteps crunching. If you're going to break into a house, you may as well knock on the door and pretend like, you know, you're friendly or something. Unless this isn't the same window where we saw somebody earlier. The lighting of this place is throwing me off because at certain times when he's looking through the window, it seems like it's so well lit. And like the house has all the lights on. But then there's other times where the flashlight's doing all the heavy lifting. Don't like any of what we're hearing right now. Jesus Christ. What was that?
like to thank my...
Got a max headroom up in this bitch? What is max headroom doing here?
Producer, my writers, my director, my friends, and you, the ordinary people who made me what I am today.
Max Headroom premieres after moonlighting tomorrow.
They did love me.
Oh, emergency brought. All right. So we got some shit about to go down. They interrupted Max Headroom, and we know some shit's about to go down.
We interrupt our current program at the request of the Massachusetts State Police. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. All normal broadcasting has been discontinued during the emergency. This station will broadcast official information, news, and instruction for northern Berkshire County, Massachusetts, after the following tone.
At 3:34 a.m., Massachusetts State Police confirmed the presence of a potential group of active and unidentified home invaders who have targeted 49 residents.
All right. So, 3 in the morning, give or take, there is a group of home invaders that said they've hit how many people? Yeah. So, this is based around the real Mount Greylock, yeah.
A potential group of active and unidentified home invaders who have targeted 49 residences since approximately 11:15 p.m.
49 residences in 4 hours? Yo, what the fuck? All right, so this has got to be a big-ass group. So have the Tulpas escaped and they're wanting to, like, I don't know. I have no idea where this is going. I imagine this is, containment's been broken. The Tulpas are all out and about. What they're doing in terms of home invasion doesn't make any sense, but 49 home invasions in 4 hours.
Last night, the attacks appear to be random, spanning across the towns of North Adams, Cheshire, Savoy, and Windsor. Residents are urged to take the following actions immediately. Wake all occupants of your home. Lock all doors and windows. Close all curtains and blinds. Gather in a secure area of your home where multiple exits are available to prevent yourself from being cornered. Additionally, residents are urged to arm themselves with a blunt object or firearm if available and licensed.
Based. Actually saying, yo, get the blicky. Based AF.
Only resort to self-protection if a suspect has entered your home, poses an active threat to you or your family, and you are unable to escape safely. If you are currently away from home, we are urging you not to return home at this time. Shelter in place where you are. If you are currently not in a secure area or in a vehicle, immediately head to your closest 7-mark. Each 7-mark location is currently being used as a safe area and as police station for your protection. Remain in your secure area until the threat has been resolved. Police are currently unable to determine a physical description of any of the assailants involved in these.
Yo, the police are unable to determine a physical description? That's because, alright, so remember they said earlier that Tulpas can take a more amorphous form? Like, some look like humans, some look like animals, some have these abstract forms. That, I bet that's why the police don't have descriptions, because there's no consistency. Leon said he'd watch 1 through 6, say the rest, but 1 through 9, the same length as 10 and 12. Yeah, several of these next week's are much longer. Like the final one's like half an hour or something. So tonight's like a wet our feet with the first 6, then we'll do the last 6 next week. Next week will be a longer stream.
Attacks. It is strongly advised you do not open your home to anyone you do not intimately recognize. Do not attempt to search for or engage with any suspects.
I don't think intimately recognizing is going to matter. If someone created a tulpa that's a replica of somebody you do recognize, like, that's going to be a problem.
The suspects are considered armed and extremely dangerous. Do not leave your secure area unless necessary. This is for your safety. Law enforcement will be armed and patrolling your area. Interfering with this investigation could result in lethal force being inadvertently
hear the rest of the broadcast. What the fuck happened? If you're not going to show us the rest of the broadcast, at least turn Max back on. So many people. How close are these houses and whatnot? Where's it taking? Like, I say where's it taking place? Obviously, I know where. It's rural Massachusetts. But how many miles apart are these houses? How close are they? Because if we remember the driving tape, think about the driving tape. We saw like 2 houses, right? And they were spread out. They're not close to one another. So what is going on? We were hearing all this screaming. Yeah, exactly, Stoney. Acres and acres. Catch you later, Matt. The jump scare got me, guys. I ain't gonna front. The jump scare got me. I was focusing on you guys in the chat. I was listening to the screams. I wasn't even thinking, dude. I was locked in. Yes, that's a great jump scare. That one got me. Hold on, we going back. I want to pause on the hand. All right, so it looks gloved. It doesn't look like unnatural, but we can't really tell. But yeah, it looks. Yeah, see, it looks like a gloved hand. So it's not like that's it's all right. Okay. Oh, you didn't mean you were leaving chat. You meant like, no, fuck that, you're out. Okay, I get what you mean. My bad, Matt. My bad. All right, that was a moment, son. That was a moment right there. Oh, let's see if there's anything hidden in the tapes. I doubt it, but it doesn't seem like it's like Vita Carnage. There's not a whole lot of hidden stuff in the static and whatnot. But I would feel like I don't want to miss a chance of missing anything. Yo, what is that? I mean, that... I mean, it looks like we're getting the view out the window again, and maybe a pair of legs. Oh, you see a face? Well, you see a face? That figure is relevant, but it's later. Okay. So, but that is a figure there. I'm not crazy. I am seeing a figure there. Okay. Oh, if I zoom out, I see the face you're referring to. Okay, so it's the edge is here. Yeah. All right. I was so fixated on this that I need to zoom out, and yeah, there's a head here, a Freddy Krueger ass looking shit. Okay. I'm picking up what you guys are putting down. Oh shit, there's more. I thought that was the end. Hold on. So it went back to the hand. So yeah, let's go back from where I left off with the skull thing. And we'll go through frame by frame. Did I... Hold on. Okay. Just gonna get more... there was some good... There we go. Woo! That's a fucked up looking face. I mean, I assume this is the tulpa. Alright. We got the hand there. So maybe that's not a gloved hand. Maybe that is his skin, because... Well, that's rough looking. Okay, but this one... I'm guessing that these are different tulpas. I'm guessing that this is multiple different tulpas. And it is looks like it. So that's, I assume, why people are screaming. It looks like it is feasting on the people whose homes it's invading. What is... This one's a bit harder to make out. No signal. We'll go back and we'll watch this. We'll watch everything with the jump scare on in real time. That one's even more skull looking. No signal again. And it's just fading out. But we'll keep going. Alright, nope. Don't want to do tape 5 yet. Don't want to do tape 5 yet. Alright. Alright, we're going to play it unpausing from the jump scare. I don't know what to make. It seems so straightforward so far. Like, Vita Carnes had me asking all these questions, and I could be way off base, but this seems pretty simple so far. It's like, yo, Mount Greylock had a secret government facility. They built a machine to teach that had people make tulpas. They put the tulpas in containment. Tulpas broke out, and now they are murder fucking everyone. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it. I highly doubt it's that simple. And this tape is titled Tape 5, Not Here, Not Now, Not Anymore. Audio visualizer might be worth having handy. Yeah, I'll need to see if I can download something like that. I can't do it on this stream, but I have to look into downloading something like that for these streams going forward. You're probably right.
Well, hello again, Tiffany.
Oh, hi, Wanda. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. No dad this time?
No, unfortunately, he couldn't get off work today. So I'm going to have to call him on a payphone to let him know all the details as soon as we're done.
He's excited to be a dad, huh?
Oh, yes.
This is exactly why I assume it's some sort of hospital. And then, yeah, had time to be a dad. All right, cool. So that's that. I wonder why we've got audio but no video of this. Like, who's recording? Because this doesn't seem like CCTV footage or something. So where's this audio coming from?
He certainly is. We both can't wait to be parents.
Aw, and you said you've been together since high school, right?
Yep.
That's so sweet. And have you decided on a name for your baby boy yet?
Yep. We're going with Max.
Ooh, Max, huh? Mm-hmm. That's a nice, strong name.
That's why my fiance wanted it so bad. He says it'll help make him strong right off the bat.
That's a pretty good one.
Max is a strong name. To be fair, Max is a strong name. Possible wiretap. That's all right, Zalozy. That's a good answer. Possible wiretap.
Way of thinking about it. So let's see how strong little Max is so you can hurry up and make that call.
Yes, please. He's been moving around like crazy the past couple of weeks. So I think he's really strong. Strong enough to kick so hard I almost throw up sometimes, too.
Aw, what a wild boy. Activity is good.
Yep.
Okay, hopefully this isn't too cold.
No, it's okay.
All right.
There he is.
So I guess maybe the screen we were staring at was just the ultrasound screen that hadn't come on. Ultrasound's gonna be something else. Well, it looks relatively normal right now. Matt's gonna be a monster, a demon. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Especially when you think about the sermon that we were hearing earlier.
Definitely a growing boy, that's for sure. And you're both looking really good.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Let's get some measurements to see exactly how much he's grown.
All right, audio distortions are happening. Don't like that. Also, no matter how natural this is, IRL, I get this is how ultrasounds really look. Trust me, I've seen them. Y'all know that. They will never not seem like something out of a goddamn sci-fi movie. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I did see something that time. Oh, there was a newspaper clipping stuck in there. Bizarre events leave Berkshire in terror. Authorities mute. Days after... Hold on. Days after the... unexplained events that left. Oh, damn. Oh, this is rough. This is hard. All right. That left. I can actually decently read it when looking at my TV over there, because I have this put up on my TV for moments like this, because I found out during the Vita Carnage stuff it helped. That left unknown numbers of people dead and many more suffering. Man, some of this is rough. You see this Massachusetts. I can get bits, but not enough to read this thing. Not enough to read it properly. I wonder. Damn it! Nope, it's on 720p. That's the highest it'll go. Bullshit. Television right there. Television right there. I ain't ever going to spoil. You guys have my word. I am never going to look up in advance what these sort of analog horror stuff are. I want to go through this with you as the first time. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting much further on this one. But, yeah, there's his wife as well. 5 p.m. Saturday. So yeah, this broad's dead. This broad's dead.
What was that?
I don't know. I've never seen that before. Maybe something to do with the power.
Oh. Okay.
This is a bit strange.
Yes. Yes, Stoney. The baby is gone. What?
What? What's strange?
Nothing to worry about or anything. Just having some trouble finding the baby all of a sudden.
Maybe the machine messed up?
Possibly. But I can still see everything else. It's just not picking up the baby for some reason.
Has this ever happened before?
Well, sometimes babies can move into certain positions that are hard to see.
But you can't see my baby at all?
I'm looking. Don't worry. He's definitely here. You know what? Why don't we just see if we can borrow another machine, okay? There has to be something wrong with this one. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Still haven't seen it. Oh, favorite phrase. Wait. It was a genuine question. Yeah, no. I wasn't making fun of you. I was agreeing. Like, yeah, it seems like that's the case.
What are you talking about? No.
Hold on. Alright, so what are you talking about? This can't be happening.
No.
That makes no sense. All right. What is her name here? Something Christy, 29, school teacher. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not reading this one. Definitely not reading this one unless it clears up more. Yep, nope. That has some great visuals, though. I couldn't figure out what else they were saying. She was breathing so hard it was covering up their dialogue. So yeah, all I know is she said that doesn't make sense. This can't be happening. So yeah, I mean, I assume they're seeing the same thing we saw, that baby is gone. All right, it's tape number 6. It's the last one we're doing tonight. Tape number 6, and it's 10 minutes long. So we got some shit. Sleeping Dogs is the name of this one. Sleeping Dogs. So, Dr. Bernard T. Hayes, Symposium on Jungian Psychology and the Manifestation of Consciousness, New York City, October 4th, 1981. Humanity has fought tirelessly and passed through a great many trials. I can go back to the... If you think you can make it out, by all means, we can go back to the article. Oh, no, I don't want to know what any of this is. This is the wrong one. Shit. That was close. That was close. Alright, so here's the article. I'll go through a few frames. Alright, does anyone think they can read some of this? Born in Windsor. Okay, so... Yeah, you can get a few words. Yeah, you can get a few words. Sorry, chat, I'm trying to figure out what it says. Bear with me here. Most of what I'm getting is talking about her time as a teacher. Yeah, suffered the tragedy. Dead March 31st. Suffered, after the sudden something of her something. Damn. This is rough. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to be able to get much more out of this, guys. I mean, I think it's time to move on. I can't get much more out of this. There's definitely something there, but this is a rough one. Miscarriage? Is that what you're getting out of that? Miscarriage? I mean, that's what makes sense logistically, but I'm not seeing where you're seeing it. Yeah, I'm not getting the word miscarriage out of that, although it would make sense, like, based on context. I make out died unexpectedly Monday morning, and the baby just went away. All right, yep. I think we're gonna move on though. I think we're gonna move on. Hysterical pregnancy tying into reality manifestation.
Humanity has fought tirelessly past through a great many trials of intellectual fortitude to achieve
no problem, bud.
One singular goal. A goal that countless men have withered away and dying in pursuit of, leaving their towers of work behind to be climbed by coming generations. Higher and higher they ascend, so that we will at last reach.
I'm wondering what the NAC, the North American.
One called God.
Hold on. NACT. North American something of thought.
And there, on his apex of infinite knowledge and power,
hold on. We got it. North American. Hold on, we can go back a few. North American Council on Thought. Okay, North American Council on Thought.
He will approach and look him in the eye.
As an equal.
Audio jump scare. Nice. Was not expecting an audio jump scare. Well done. And Total Creation. Yeah, North American Council on Thought. That's yo. Oh, yeah, CT. Yeah. It's NACT. North American Council on Thought. If not the devil, so if not the devil, it is something devilish. And if you remember back to the sermon that was playing in the car, you know, that sermon was about fighting off the devil and fighting off the devilish fiends and whatnot. Yeah, tell us more about Semadine. I'm very curious about Semadine.
Welcome back, user. Frank Porter. Please enter your credentials. Credential requirement bypassed by system administrator. Greetings, unknown user ID. Welcome to Semiodyne USA's virtual message assistant, for user. Project director, Frank Porter. Establishing
Alright, sender name, association, project, date range for message retrieval from to. Okay. Alright. So, virtual message assistants. So, there is an AI component to this, absolutely. Use AI to upscale it. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that near the end because this will be the last episode we go over tonight. But that's a good idea. I will try that.
Telephone message settings. Sender, Paul
Hey,
Morelli,
catch you later, Hugo.
The Morelli Construction and Mining.
Alright, so sender, Paul Morelli Construction and Mining, construction of the redacted facility, which I think we can all assume is the lab in Mount Greylock.
Company. Dates of receipt ranging from March 24th, 1987, to March 30th, 1987. Beginning playback of your messages. Message 1. March 24th, 11:14 a.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul Morelli. We ran into somewhat of an issue today. We came across these tunnels inside the mountain, pretty deep in, but, well, this is gonna sound a little crazy, but He told me to call if anything strange came up, and I figured this qualifies. People have been here before.
Bro, as somebody that just saw The Descent for the first time literally last night, I'm already getting some vibes.
Obviously man-made shit in there, like carvings and stone. This shit looks ancient, like real old. I took a crew in to look through it, but it seems part of the tunnels caved in some time ago. We're gonna just have to bust through it regardless. But I still wanted to make you aware of it. Anyways, I'll keep you in the loop. Thanks.
Message 2. March 20.
So I assume, yeah, these messages are all about the construction of the lab where they built the containment center for the tulpas. If I was to wager a guess.
5th, 7:38 a.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul. Just calling to tell you the day might be a bit slower than usual. Unfortunately, a number of the crew are sick as dogs. Not really sure what kind of stomach bugs going around or what, but we'll do our best to...
Alright, hold on. Is there anything happening in these glitches? It doesn't seem like it, but I want to make sure. Also, clearly there is some bad juju in these fucking mountains if dudes are getting sick. Okay, I'm going to operate under the assumption that there's not going to be anything in these glitches unless I really catch something.
We'll do our best to pick up slack. I'm calling in some guys who have a day off, so hopefully things will get a little closer to normal, you know? That being said, I don't know how the hell this happened, but the section of the tunnel here caved in is clear. The tunnel's been wired up with a few lights, too. Wanted to see if maybe you sent someone in while we were off shift. Night crew said you didn't, but, you know, I didn't see anybody else either, so... But a few of the guys said they'd seen something running around in the woods surrounding the site.
What? Yo, this is weird. I don't even have an assumption for what this might be that doesn't sound fucking retarded, but like, you got a group of workers, they're out there, they're doing their job, they're thinking about their job, so they accidentally create some tulpas, and then when they get off shift and whatnot, tulpas continue to work because that's all they know to do, so they finish the work for them? I mean, I don't know that that's correct, that's just...
I think it's probably a deer or whatever, but seeing all the ruckus we're making out here, you know? But they all insisted it was something else. Something like a real tall man. Might just be some environment.
We got Slender Man in this bitch now too, bro. We got tulpas, and we got fucking AI, and we got government conspiracies, and now we got the goddamn Slender Man up in this bitch. Bro. Tell me we get some Mothman up in this.
Mentalist moron trying to cause some shit, but, you know, he ain't done nothing, so I told him to keep focused on the project. For safety's sake, we're going to avoid the tunnel until I hear back from you. All right, bye now.
Message 3. March 25th, 4:56 p.m.
Hey, Frank, it's Paul again. The guy you sent out to take photos just left, but, well, he seemed totally fine when he got here, but we practically had to carry him back to his car when he was done. I don't know if he caught whatever's going around, but figured you should know. Also, we found some really old shit down there, Frank. Now, I ain't no historian, but we got a guy on the crew who used to do archaeology work or whatever, and I don't know. But I guess there's some old artifacts down there, like weapons and trinkets and whatever.
I find it strange that Morelli here hasn't gotten sick or isn't getting sick. Or if he is just really good at continuing to do his goddamn job, because that's what a man does.
I'll have him draft up a report for you and send it your way, because I feel like he'd be interested, and he can explain all this shit better than I could anyways. His name's Arnold Rivers. That's about it. All right, bye.
Message 4. March 26th, 1:03 p.m.
Frank, something ain't right here. Crew's getting worse, more sick. I feel okay so far, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I saw that thing the guys have been talking about last night, stalking around in the tree line. I swear it had a face. Anyways, just call me back as soon as you can, Frank.
Message 5.
are we talking about like a Wendigo? Like, what is... oh, man. Some kind of ancient ritual site? Is this going to be an ancient, evil, pissed off Tulpa? Oh, Luigi coming in hot. Did the AI translation for us. Elementary school teacher 29 of Rose Pine Drive. Adams died unexpectedly Monday morning. She suffered tremendously after the sudden loss of her unborn son, Maxwell Marsh, on March 31st. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, good on you, Luigi. Thank you.
March 27th, 12:10 p.m.
All our food is rotten, totally spoiled and covered in maggots. It was perfectly fine and stored. There wasn't any problems with the generator, even if we lost power. I mean, it's the end of March. All our food looks like it's been left out in the heat for weeks. No idea what's going on. Please call me back.
Message sent.
Bro, if homie ain't calling him back, if he's called and left all these messages and he's not gotten any word back, dude is in on this. Like, not Paul, but the one he's calling. Like, homie knows that this shit can go down. Obviously, they're at this particular site for a reason. None of this is new information to him. This is like some sort of test subject or something.
March 27th, 4:02 p.m.
It's Paul. We saw it again. Something out here with us. It's in the woods. And it's watching us, goddammit. It ain't no animal either. Who are you guys gonna put up those fancy hunting cameras and see if we can catch anything? Maybe locals fucking with us? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, anyways, I just...
It sounds like he's starting to get sick, too. I don't know if he's just freaking out, or it sounds like he's starting to get sick. He's sounding winded. He's sounding out of breath. Sounding, like, mentally fuzzy. Oh, dear. Oh, no. What are we gonna see? Whoa, no. Ain't no way. Motion was detected. Motion was detected. Where? I don't see anything. Are you guys seeing anything? Yeah, I won't lie. I didn't see anything.
Message 7. Date and time unavailable. Message.
What the fuck? No, What was all that noise? Message what? Alright, Unit 13. That wasn't there. So Unit 13 are the ones that create the tulpas. Unit 13 are the ones doing the tulpa studies. Hold on, was there one more instance of... Okay, so this is Unit 13. Unit 13.
Message.
Alright, that time we see some shit. Yeah, like a whole lot of things.
Message 8. March 29th, 10:13 p.m.
Frank, it's Paul. Holy shit, well, a lot of the crew here is sick now, and they're sort of like unresponsive. We tried emergency contacts for them, but they just keep ringing. The phones, they just kept ringing and ringing and ringing. Nobody picked up from any number we tried. Nobody picked up. No answer machines either. Made a call to the hospital, and same thing. Just ringing. Just tried 911, still nothing.
So I imagine these calls aren't getting to Frank either? If that's the case? Like,
I figured the phones were fucked up, but the machine actually picked up.
Bro, he is losing it. Oh, that was a good shot. Hold on. Going back a little. Yeah, look at that fucked up face. I wonder if that's supposed to be foreshadowing. Like, he is melting away here. This is his sanity going, bro.
I think I caught whatever's going around. My skin, it feels tight. A lot of pressure behind my eyes. My teeth feel like they're humming, vibrating. You know what? This all started when we came across that tunnel. I feel like I need to figure out what's down there. I think whatever's down there could help my crew. But most of all, I feel like something really bad's gonna happen if I don't go down. So I'm going down tonight.
Bro, the way his face is distorting is insane. He's going fucking feral. What is this? This has nothing to do with my knowledge of fucking tulpas. Another hunting camp footage. Alright, we see more movement. It looks like kind of the same movement as last time. We got literally just taking frames, fractions of seconds to get across the screen. Oh, now it's getting... What the fuck? Whoa, what was that predator shit? They said in that other... Oh, these cameras from Semiodyne. They said in that one video that they can take, like, these misty, foggy forms. Yeah, it's looking into the camera, yeah.
Message 9. March 30th, time unavailable.
Bro, Paul is fucked. I assume this is Paul. It looks like Paul to me. He got the facial hair and stuff. Yo, Paul got fucked up in that tunnel. Oh, look at the juiciness, son. Look at the juiciness. Hold on. There's one image I wanted to... Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Well then. That facility, okay, so this looks like corrupted data.
This is the end of your messages.
This is the end of your message. Nope. Hold on. First of all, we're not doing episode 7 tonight. We'll start that next week. But also, go by this for a few frames. This looks like a bug on the lens. Oh, no. No, that's not a bug on the lens. That is a fucking skull. That is a skull, and that's where eyes should be. And it's gone.
Authorities continue.
All right. Well, that's where we're stopping for the night. Yeah, the Greylock Tapes. This is a lot. This definitely seems both more and less straightforward than Vita Carnis. Like, Vita Carnis had a lot of world building, and then the mystery started to come near the end. Like, there's always the question of where do these creatures and whatnot come from, but it was more of a world building scenario, and then the questions were like seemed non-threatening almost in many instances. This is what is that? What I mean, it seems so simple. Government wants to create tulpas. They build a facility. They contain the tulpas. Tulpas break out. People die. But now we take it further back. During the construction of the facility, shit starts going down. Where do these tapes come from? Who are they for? What's going on with the broad who had a fucking disappearing act abortion? A fucking Harry Houdini abortion. Well, we're halfway done with the series. There's a fair bit of lore here, too. I'm sure there is. But as a first-time viewer going through this is very interesting, guys. This is very good. I like this. I'm liking this. So we're going to stop here for the night. The baby was a tulpa. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But go carry on. I know you've seen this, so don't be giving spoilers and shit. Or maybe you're just trying to throw us off because you've seen this. I don't know. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll do some outros. I'll go ahead and set the raid into Hypno. Because I will be on with Hypno. We're going to do some, me, him, and sounds like several of the boys are going to do some Battlefield. Some Battlefield 6. But, yeah, every Saturday night, after Saturday Night Hypnosis, and, like, maybe not till a little bit later now that Zax is back for Circle of Jerks, because I don't want to just overrule Zax's time slot. I mean, that's very douchey to do to your friends, so I'll probably be scheduling them at closer to, like, 11:30 p.m., midnight my time, something like that. That way it's not douchey to Zax. But yeah, we will finish up season 1 of the Greylock Tapes next week. That was a lot. That was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of that. So let me set up the raid. Shout out to all y'all that came through. How many of you? 34 of you right now. Thank you. I know there's more and there's others and people bounced out and stuff. So yeah, shout out. Thank you. We're gonna raid Hypno. I will join him for his game in probably 20 or so minutes. I gotta run to the gas station, get some alcohol, grab some cigarettes, stuff like that. I gotta actually install the game, make sure it runs on my PC. So that being said, we can go over to Hypno's channel, type Vital Idol Raid in the chat, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. We are outie. Damn, this was cool.